Good morning, Commanders family. Great morning. Today is the trade deadline. Today is a chance to get better or a day to sit put. It's all in how the Washington Commanders will approach this day. And we have to wait and see what they would do. So we shall see. Good morning. Don't be rude. Say good morning because I said good morning to you. And I hope y'all having a good day. So we're going to give it a little bit of time. Let y'all Commanders family and fans get in here. And let's have a conversation like a family that we are. So good morning. Just let a few people get in here that we're going to go ahead and get started. Let me change this thing up right here. I ain't like that one too much. Good morning. How about we just kill that period? Because I don't like those songs that they are offering to me this morning, those instrumentals. Well, good morning, Commanders family. If you just joining, make sure you hit that like button, and welcome to the stream. And today we about to get to it because we have to address this topic. Today is the trade deadline. And we're going to give it a couple more minutes. We're going to let a few more people get in here. What's going on, Buster Move? My guy, Buster Move, is in the chat. Y'all make sure y'all show my boy some love. He is definitely a Commanders fan. He's a diehard Redskin fan, should I say. Commanders fan, football team fan. Shout out to my boy for Buster Move for sliding through this morning. Good morning. If y'all just joining the chat, make sure y'all hit that like button. Share this video. Show your boy some love as we get into this episode. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes. And then we're going to get started, y'all. Hope y'all having a great morning, though. Shout out to my boy Walter. Good morning, my brother. Good morning. It's a beautiful day out there today. It's a good day to be productive. It's a good day to get a lot of things done. Hopefully, the Commanders can get some things done today. Whether it's trading or sitting still or just getting things done out in Ashburn so that way we could put a better product on the field. I'm just optimistic that we can only move forward and not be going backwards. That's all. Lil C. White, good morning. Good morning. Don't be rude. Say good morning, my boy. All right, let's go ahead and get to it. All right, let's get this thing started. All right. So, with the trade deadline approaching today at 4 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, today is the trade deadline. 4 p.m. is the deadline. Question to all of my beloved Commanders family. Are you buying? Are you selling? Or are you doing neither? Let's talk about it. Welcome to Everything Commanders with your host, Dream Team Buddha. Hail to the Commanders. What's good, Commanders family? Welcome to another episode of Everything Commanders. Of course, I am your host, Dream Team Buddha. So, we got the trade deadline coming up today, y'all. It's been a lot of rumors out there surrounding the Commanders, as far as a few people that they would like to trade or they shopping around, should I say. It's been a few players that's been tagged with the Commanders as far as potential targets for us to go out and get to do a little bit of shopping because we got some cash. But due to where we are in the season, in this current juncture, a lot of things has changed. Like at first it's time to add weapons to this team and players that can actually help us continue to the playoffs in 2025. But my friend, well, as you know, like I know, the chances of that happening ain't happening. It ain't happening. This season is over with, and we all know that. So now it's all about the future. It's all about 2026 and beyond. 2025 is a wash. We need to leave it there. I'm just upset that we can't get it over with and get to the offseason tomorrow. But unfortunately, realistically, it ain't happening. So anyway, we're going to start today with one target. And, it's a lot of players that was tagged to the Commanders. But this one guy that goes by the name of BTJ, Brian Thomas Jr., is about the only prospect, the only player that I would love to see in the burgundy and gold. Now, when the story first came out, I really didn't want to talk on the situation because I know for a fact, in my mind, I believe that ain't no way in hell the Jaguars that stupid to trade Brian Thomas Jr. So the story had came out that they were listening to phone calls. They were fielding offers for Brian Thomas Jr. Now, I don't know what the deal is over there in Jacksonville. I know they drafted Travis Hunter, and I know they signed De'Ami Brown, who played for the Commanders last year. So they got a nice little wide receiver core. Or they got Parker Washington, too. They got a nice little receiving core over there. And Brian Thomas Jr. is their wide receiver one. So it kind of got me scratching my head like, why would you even consider trading Brian Thomas Jr.? And then later it came out that it's not a real thing, but it still was a source that was saying it wasn't a real thing. And it was a source that was saying that they were listening to offers. It was never the team that came out there and said so. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think they're going to trade him. But if they were going to trade him, I would love to see him on the Washington Commanders. Now, that price tag for such a weapon as great as BTJ is would be pretty expensive. The ticket on that will be crazy. And here's why. Let's just give a little backstory. First of all, it will be like a match made in heaven. Jayden Daniels loves Brian Thomas Jr. In fact, he's one of Jayden Daniels' best friends. You got Brian Thomas Jr., who's in Jacksonville. You got Malik Nabers, who's in New York, who ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere at all. The Giants love that man. Okay. Then you got Kyron Lacy, who lost his life. May he rest in peace. And then Jayden Daniels. Those four guys right there were bros. Bros over hoes, like y'all say. Excuse my language, but y'all know what it is. Bros for life. We're going to just leave it there. At LSU. All right? And that little tandem right there gave the college world hell. And we already knew that all four of those brothers were very talented. And when they get to the NFL, they was going to flourish. And we got a chance to see three of them do what they can do. We already know Jayden, one of them ones. May he get well soon. We already know BTJ is one of them ones. Hell, he had over 1,200 yards last year, over 10 TDs last year. Also, we know Malik Nabers is one of the ones. He also had over 1,200 yards, over 10 TDs last year. And Jayden, okay, that's the golden child. The guy that took these Washington Commanders to the NFC East, the NFC Championship last year. So all three of those guys are dogs. And Kyron Lacy was next up in line. But for whatever reason, he's no longer here with us today. We're not going to talk about why he's not here and the case that's surrounding and all this stuff that's been unfolding what it got to do with Kyron Lacy, because this is not a Kyron Lacy stream. I'm just giving you a little backstory on who BTJ is and the connection of him and Jayden Daniels. So let's skip forward. We are in a dire need. We have a dire need to have weapons on this offense to go with Jaden Daniels. Yes, we need to protect Jaden Daniels, of course. But not only does protecting Jaden Daniels look like getting the offensive lineman, it also goes by coaching. It also goes by players that you surround him with to give him other options so that way he don't have to try and be Superman and be the hero and save the team, which he did all last year. Every time he tried to do it this year, somehow, some way, he's caught an injury. No matter if it was a small injury or something as big as the injury he just had in that game against the Seahawks. Now, I know we don't have any picks. I know we don't have many picks. I know we only got a first, a third, a fifth. I think we got 2 fifths. I know we got 2 sevenths. We got a fifth and 2 sevenths or something like that. We got like 5 picks for this upcoming draft. We need picks. Why we need picks? Because we need some young players that could come in here and give this roster some life, some youth that can actually give us hope for the future. To pair with Jaden Daniels, to pair with Mikey St. Vestrio, and to pair with Trey Amos and all the young dogs we got. We ain't got many. All right? We ain't got many. But to pair with these guys, it's some draft picks that we drafted that is still a little shaky. You scratching your head like the Ben Simmons. Luke McCaffrey starting the show. But Jalen Lane looking like I don't know what's going on. But I'm not giving up on the young guys too soon because I feel like Jalen Lane is too early to even count him out. You feel what I'm saying? He has been making a lot of mistakes, I will say. But here's what I'm saying. With the first pick, it will be a top 5 pick because we ain't winning another goddamn game. Okay? We ain't winning another game. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. If you see a game on the schedule that you think we can win, put it in the comments. Let me know what you see that I don't see. Because I'm Ray Charles to the W's right now, okay? I can't see a thing. So 9 times out of 10, we will be picking in between the range of 5 and 10. Which means in between that top 10, you can get you a dog. In between 1 and 3, you can get you something elite, right? Will there be a Brian Thomas Jr. type player in that top 10? Now, there's some dogs out there in college, especially the guy from Ohio State, right? Ohio State. I think that's OSU, whatever the case may be. That came from where Dwayne Haskins came from. I'm having a brain freeze right now. I think his name Jeremiah Smith or something like that. He one of the ones, okay? But here's the thing. You don't know where exactly we're going to be picking and how many other teams would love that wide receiver and those other top wide receivers, right? What if, because it seems like when they making trades for these players, man, during the season, it seems like the value for the players diminished for whatever reason versus trading the player during that draft period. What if we were able to get Brian Thomas Jr. for a first-round pick? Right? Now, I don't know if it will be this year's first or the following year's first, but I'm sure they're going to want something like this year's first because he's a young, talented, he's a star receiver, and he got great potential. But this is only an if because I don't think they're going to trade him. Would I be willing to go get him? Yes, I would. But when it comes to any other prospect right now, I would not want to go get any other prospect unless it was a young prospect that was made available to all teams, like all NFL teams that could actually help Jaden in the long run. At this point, I'm not a buyer, right? So that's my answer. I'm not buying. However, where we are in the season, after getting our Ruby Tootie spanked the past few weeks, dropping to 3 and 6 on the season, not looking like we're about to win another goddamn game. Am I selling? You goddamn right. I'm selling it all. I got players for sale. Hey, I got players for sale. Hey, I got a yard sale going on over here. Come up, pull up shop. I'm going to drop the location and you get here. I'm going to drop the ad and you pull up. Come get you some players, right? So it's a few players that I feel like we have that we can trade that's of value, right? Now, a report came out that the Commanders are listening in the office, or they're willing to trade guard Nick Allegretti and Andrew Wiley. Those are two linemen, right? And I didn't see any trade value in those guys because I didn't think nobody would give up anything for them. But you got to think of it like this. It's players out, it's teams out here. The injury bug has been killing the NFL this year. And it's teams out here that can actually use those two guys to solidify their offensive line. So I seen them putting up a report saying they are listening to office, whatever the case may be. But apparently nobody has bitten. At least we don't know, because the PR team been doing a great job at keeping things in-house. So we don't know what's going to take place today before 4 p.m. So I got my eyes glued to the screen just to see if something will come about. And, you know, we can actually have a conversation about it. But outside of those two guys, if we can get say a late 6th or a 7th round pick for those guys, I love it, because guess what? They're on the end of their 3-year deal. Both of them signed 3-year deals to come here to the Commanders. If we can get something on the way out the door, because we ain't gonna re-sign them. If we can get something on the way out the door, I love it. No matter if it's the 5th, 6th, or 7th, I would love it. Period. Right? But a guy that I know should have some type of value, and this is not the only guy, y'all. This is not the only guy that may have value, because I thought we could have traded Marshawn, but the boy done tore his knee up. So it's over for him in Washington. I doubt if he'll be back next year. He wasn't even playing great before he went down. To make a case that we should have to bring him back, no questions asked. He caught one pick, and it's unfortunate that the man tore his knee up. He's already on the older side of things, and we done had enough of these old guys. So I don't think he's going to suit up anymore for the burgundy and gold. Now, he does have 1 year left on his contract, but they can out that year. It's no money guaranteed, no nothing. Okay? He ain't coming back this year. The guy I'm speaking of right now that has the value is Daron Payne. Daron Payne is a guy in which I feel we could get something for Daron Payne. Whether it's and this is just hypothetically speaking, whether it's a 3rd, a 4th, or 5th, whatever the case may be, we could possibly get something for him if we're not planning on bringing him back, which I don't think they are. You see how they did Jonathan Allen. They let Jonathan Allen get up out of it. They let him walk. He went to Minnesota Vikings, and the Vikings doing what they're doing right now. But I don't think that they're going to re-sign Daron Payne, because he's not having the type of season which they thought he would have had when they was giving him all these high praises in the offseason. That was all they was talking about. Daron Payne is leading by example. He has become a better leader this year, and he's just killing it out there on the practice field. Well, in the game, okay, he's had his moments where he showed up and he raised his hand and say, "I'm present." And then he has his times where you don't know if he's in the classroom. And granted, the reason why he's not showing as much as we would like, because the whole defense stink. So I'm not taking away from Daron Payne. I'm just saying, if they looking at it from the outside looking in, right, just like I am right now, are they going to use that, well, the numbers wise, like you didn't put up much numbers, so you don't deserve this big time contract? Or are they going to say, on tape, it shows that you deserve another contract? And what is your value? Now, we all know this is Daron Payne, possibly his last big-time contract. Will he take a short to stay with the Washington Commanders? Right? You got to ask yourself that. You got to be realistic. Because these players, they're going to go for their money. We just seen it with Terry McLaurin. That's why he didn't take a short. That's why he didn't take it short, because he's getting to the end of his career, and you telling me to take some type of short just to make you feel better as a fan, or just to make your organization better, when you don't really care to, you don't give two about me. So why would I give you a short when I'm on my last contract? You know what I'm saying? So that's coming from the player side of things. Now, me personally, being a fan, I'm like, man, do what you gotta do so we can get a Super Bowl. That's all we care about. It's a Super Bowl. But I can't talk on no man's money, what your money is and what you think you worth. And I ain't counting no man's pocket. So that's what you want to do. That's what you're gonna do. It just so happened that it ended up the way it did, with Terry McLaurin having all these injuries this year. I don't know if the contract had anything to do with it, but I do feel like with him not being there played a big role in him getting injured this year, because he's been fairly healthy throughout his career. So back to Daron Payne. If we're not going to trade him, now is the time. If we're not going to re-sign him, now is the time to trade him. I don't want us to wait to the end of the year and we get nothing for him. Okay? Like, come on, let's be real. So Daron Payne is a player to watch. He is a player to watch. And if they want to trade Andrew Wiley and a couple other guys, I'm cool with it. So, again, my question to you all is, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Or are you choosing to do neither? Let me know. Drop it in the comments and let's have a conversation. Also, while you all doing that, the Washington Commanders signed to their practice squad cornerback Trey Hawkins III. He's a big corner. He's 6'3". He's long. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you like he's some type of dog or something like that, because from what we've seen thus far, he's only had one pick. He's had only one pick, and that's a lot for any Commanders defensive back. Not named Mikey Sainristil, because we can't seem to get picks over here. So his one pick coming into the Commanders is monumental, and that's sad. But anyway, with Marshon Lattimore going down and being done for the season, you know they're going to start making moves to bring in other people, to give other people chances to shine, or to see if we can away with them, right? He's 6'3". He played with the Giants. He didn't really pop out on the screen. To me, he's more of a run stopping corner, should I say? I mean, I'm not saying that he can't cover, but he's more aggressive type corner. Like, he's a big body corner. He reminds me of Sip. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, Sip played for the Commanders for a minute. He was great on special teams. I don't know where he is right now. But Ron Rivera and them brought him in, and he was one of the big type corners, whatever case may be. He played on special teams, and he had his chances to get out there and play because we was riddled with injuries or whatever the case may be. So it's similar to that. I don't know if he will amount to be anything for the Commanders. I just wanted to get that out there and let you all know the latest news where the Commanders are in the sources. Nikki Jabala, she posted it, that we signed Trey Hawkins the third to the practice squad. So let me get to these comments. Let me see if anybody is up for a conversation this morning. All right, let's get with my boy Little C White. And if you just joining the stream, make sure you hit that like button, share this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Now, the question is, are you a buyer? Are you a seller? Or are you sitting still? Are you doing neither? Right? I told you all my take, my perspective from it. I want to hear from you all. Shout out to my guy, Lil C. White. He said, trade Daron Payne to the Jaguars and try to get Brian Thomas for the future, not just this year. You know, I would not mind that at all. I wouldn't. And it's crazy. I didn't even think that. But in order for there to be a trade, it has to be two parties involved. It got to be a buyer, it got to be a seller, and it got to be a buyer. So if they had interest in Daron Payne, that would be a match made in heaven. It wouldn't be no discussion. Now, I know it won't just be Deron Payne for him, right? It will have to be Deron Payne coupled with a pick or two, maybe, right? And like you said, if we that would be love. If we can get him Deron Payne and a pick from the 2027 draft, man, that would be love. But I know we only dreaming, bro. We only dreaming. My boy Lewis C. White say, good morning, man. How you doing? I'm doing fine, brother. I'm doing fine. Bust a Move. My guy Bust a Move writes, he's selling. We have to be sellers. Hey, I'm with you on that, Brody. I couldn't agree with you more. Let's fire sale. Little C White writes, Bleacher Report and other reports have us trading for a quarterback because they still believe season is still alive. What we trading? Are we giving up one of them players? If we give up some picks to get a quarterback, and why are we trying to get it? The season is over. So I hope that the Commanders aren't delusional as I am and doing stupid stuff like that. Like, why would you do that? To be honest with you, yo, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I hope we lose every game left on the schedule. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you because I don't want to get to the point where it's though we picking between 10 and 20 because we won 2 extra games from now. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to win 5 games that's going to knock us out the top 10. Like, what we doing this for? And I know the people that's in the locker room, they don't view things this same way. They don't view it the way the fans view it. Everybody, it's just we all humans. So they're like, why would I want to tank for the Commanders to get somebody else that could come in here and take my damn job? So they're going to bust their tails off. So they got to make moves for the organization. Got to make moves for those for the players that's in the locker room. So I get it, but if I had my way, I wouldn't win another goddamn game. Trust me, I ain't trading for no daggone quarterback. Shout out to Walter Overton. He said, what can we do to make a difference now? What we can do to make a difference right now, to be honest with you, I know you're speaking on the future. I know you're speaking on the now and not the future. Let's look at the facts. Terry McLaurin is hurt. Noah Brown is hurt. Jaden Daniels is hurt. It's a long list of players that we can go down that say the people that's hurt. Who do we have available? We got Marcus Mariota. The wide receiving core, we got Deebo Samuel still. Okay. Now, the guys we have right now, offensively, we've been trying to get it done. Defensively, we lost Marshawn. We could bring in some other corners and possibly just try to get something done. What you gonna do? Trade your picks for next year to bring in some top end talent that probably won't help get us to where we trying to go? Because what you gonna do with that first? So are you saying you would trade the first now for a pass rusher that could help this team get pressure on the quarterback? That's why these quarterbacks is dicing us up because they got all the time in the world back there in the pocket. Is that what you're saying? Because you can't be saying you'll trade for an offensive lineman. We've already done that. We've already gambled on Laremy Tunsil, Josh Conley Jr. Or you saying you'll take that first and go trade for a quarter? Or are you just saying you will take one of our 5 to 6 picks, and trade them for a quarterback, say like such as Shedeur Sanders or something like that? Have you given up on Jaden Daniels? Like, I don't know what you mean by that, but at this point, the only thing that we can do to get better is to show up. And that's something that the Commanders haven't been doing this entire season. So if you got the answer, Walter, you let me know, brother, because I don't see it. And if anybody else know the answer, please feel free, drop it in the comments and let me know. Enlighten me. Enlighten me. Teach me. I'm with that. Shout out to my guy, So Ninja X. He said, "What up, Buddha? What up? He say, all I know is I want my draft picks by 4 p.m. Hey, I'm with you, brother. I'm trying to get as many draft picks as I possibly can. See, people watching Howie Rosen and the Philadelphia Eagles, and they like, well, damn, they're making all these trades. Yeah, they making trades. That's because they had over 10 picks to come into the season with. Okay? And when they making these trades they're making right now, they making these trades and they swapping picks. They're not just getting rid of picks. They're swapping picks and they're getting players of value. They even traded for John Mechie and they traded his ass right out of there. Okay? They just moving things around. But here's the difference between the Eagles and the Commanders. The Eagles have a shot at being in the Super Bowl again this year. Us, we don't have another shot. It's over. We got a shot next year, maybe the year after that, and moving forward. But the difference is the Eagles can make so many trades because they have so many picks. We need picks. So, Ninja, I'm with you 100%. I want all my damn picks at 4 p.m. Mass Collector, right? BTJ isn't even their wide receiver 3. And that's sad, my guy. That's sad. Because I think BTJ could be a top wide receiver in this league. Did you see what he did last year? Now, he only got 1 touchdown this year, I believe. He only got 1 touchdown. So, last year he had double digits. Hell, Terry had double digits last year. And what Terry doing right now? He got 1 touchdown, but Terry can't stay on the field. He may be their wide receiver 3. Sometimes you just have to get out of the situation you in to be put in a new situation so you can flourish. Sometimes you got to do that. And maybe new beginnings, new location, new beginnings, new blessings is on the way for him. Who knows? He their wide receiver 3. That says a lot about the Jags. Mass Collector also writes, my problem is Jaden's been trying to get one of them here from the jump via trading Terry or a first for Ayuk before playing a single down. Why is that a problem, bro? Are you saying he holds no weight to even for him to even try to make such a call on bringing in the player or trying to encourage the organization to go after such said player? Is that the issue? But if that's your boy and you know he's good, why wouldn't you push for him to be here? Why wouldn't you push for your guys to be here? No matter if he showed us he was great or not. Why wouldn't you push for Brian Thomas Jr. when you killed it on the college scene with him and Malik Neighbors? Why wouldn't you push for him to be here? Come on now. Talk to me. If you had to go in to business, a new business, and they said you had to have a partner, would you go get somebody totally new that you don't know? Or would you push for them to bring in somebody that you know already who's qualified to be beside you as your partner? You tell me that. So he's going to push for his guy, just like Dwayne Haskins did. Let me see. All right, Mass Collector, he said, I really think we need to discuss trading for Shedeur. Need a backup. My brother, I am here to tell you, Shedeur Sanders is not a backup quarterback in the NFL. 2, the Cleveland Browns will not trade Shedeur Sanders. They won't trade Shedeur Sanders because he's selling so many jerseys. He's selling so many. He's making money for the Browns while he's sitting on the bench. They're not getting rid of that guy. And if they do, it wouldn't be to the Washington Commanders, who has a quarterback that's more popular than Shedeur Sanders. That's why he didn't want to go to the Ravens. Lamar Jackson. And a lot of people are like, well, he should have been with the Ravens because Lamar Jackson, he got hurt and he would have been playing and he would have actually had a chance to get out there. That ain't happening, bro. That ain't not this year. It ain't happening. Now, it would be nice to have all dogs on your roster, whether it's quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, linemen, defense, whatever position it may be. Of course, you will want starters as backups and as third string. But the chances of that happening, I don't think it's going to happen, bro. I don't think it's going to happen, bro. Lord C. White writes, yes, we do. Buys of what? What you mean buys of what? We talking about players. Who will we be buyers to go get players to add to this Commanders team? If you don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm sorry, my guy, that you don't understand. Hold up. Let me see what Mass Collector said real quick. Mass Collector also writes, Shedeur Sanders, worst case scenario, his value still goes up and we flip him. He's talking to this guy, And he also says, sell who you can, like you're saying, need as many picks as possible. Still, Payne can stay if he wants to be in Washington. Yes, every player is going to say they want to stay, bro. They're going to say, I love Washington. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. But in all actuality, bro, when the dust settles, the goal is to feed that bank account. Prime example, take a look at Myles Garrett over there in Cleveland. He made a post saying he went out of Cleveland. He gave Cleveland organization hell, the front office hell. He said he wouldn't want to play for them no more. He's done with them, blah, 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 the center forth. And then you start saying this. They start saying, okay, well, you want a bag? He said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll take that bag. And he said, I'll sit put. But first, he was saying, I'm all about winning a championship. I want to win. I've been dominating for so long. I just want to win. He took that money. And now look at him. He's pissed off after having a 5-sack game. He's pissed off. Sir, you sold yourself. If you really wanted to win championships, you could have got up out of there. You could have kept your foot on their neck until they let you get up out of there and got the money elsewhere, because you would have got it anywhere. You could have got it from the Commanders. Deron Payne is going to say he want to be here. I don't expect him to say he don't want to be here. But trust and believe me, bro, their first priority is making sure that their bank account is thicker than a Snicker. Trust me. I ain't going to hold you. That's just the hard truth. Shout out to my guy, Marcus Connor. He write, I'm ready for the offseason. Hit that restart button and get some younger players around Jaden. My guy, Marcus, I am with you, my brother, 100%. I wish we could end this today and just get straight to the offseason. But it don't work like that. We still got to be miserable for how many more weeks? Maybe 8, 9 weeks. Yeah. We still got to be miserable. And then we still got the whole playoffs to go. It's sad that here we are in week 9. We're going into week 10. And our season is over. Not technically, but it's over. When you lose Jaden Daniels, when you don't have Terry McLaurin, even though Marshawn was trash, when you lose Marshawn, when you lose Austin Eckler, when you lose Deatrick Wise, when you lose Dorrance Armstrong, when you lose Will Harris, when you lose Noah Brown, when you lose Luke, should I keep going or should I let it be? Our season is over. I am ready to restart today. Shout out to Kari. Kari say, is Bill Callahan available? Are you saying you would like for him to be our coach? I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Mass Collector also write, we got a 4% chance. Hey, that's good. That's good. We got a 4% chance to make the playoffs. So we got to keep fighting. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep fighting, bro. They aren't going to stop just because us fans want to tank the rest of the season and get the highest draft pick possible. They ain't going to stop. But they damn sure ain't finna win. And if they do, it'll surprise the hell out of me. And I'll be here talking like I was with it the whole time. I don't see Marcus Mariota going. Well, I think we home. I don't see Marcus Mariota beating Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions after what we did to them in the NFC divisional round. We ruined it for them. They're gonna make sure that they bring the thump to the Commanders. I'm talking about they are pissed off. Have you forgotten what we've done to the Detroit Lions? The game that we had to win was against the Seattle Seahawks. Because we wasn't beating the Chiefs. Let's see if that 4% still exists after the Lions take us to the woodshed. Let's see. And if it does, so be it. Whoop did he do? Mass Collector say, trying to trade the franchise wide receiver? No. The first made no sense either. Yeah, I'm definitely not trading. I'm not. Yeah. I don't. If I'm the Jags, I'm not trading BTJ. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not trading him at all. If you just joined in the stream, the question was, are you buying, are you selling, or are you sitting put? The trade deadline is today at 4 p.m. The Commanders could possibly make some moves, make some trades to bring in more draft picks or more players to help this team win, whether it's now or whether it's the future. The question was, are you buying, are you selling, or are you sitting put? I've already told you where I stand. I'm not buying because BTJ ain't going to be available. He ain't going to be available, but I'm damn sure selling. Buy one, get one free. Come get him. Come get him. But I don't mind sitting put either. But I would love to see us get some more draft capital. So that was my question to you all. And, so we just waiting to see what these Commanders will do as we get closer to this 4 p.m. deadline. It's currently 11:28 my time. So we shall see. Let me know what y'all think. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn that bell notifications on. Let me keep you in the know of everything Commanders. I appreciate y'all for rocking with your boy. It's early, lunchtime. Y'all can go ahead and get you some food, whatever the case may be. But that was my question of the day. And for those of you who will join this video or see this video later in the day, the question still stands. The question still stands. He said, that's fair if you want to trade him. Laugh out loud. Nah, bro. The question still stands. Are you buying? Are you selling? Or are you sitting still? That's the question. So, hold up. I'm sorry. Got a text message real quick. Give me a second. Wow, my notifications is going off. Still they have. So yeah, the Steelers Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Okay, what did the Commanders do? The Raiders. Oh, see, look, here we go. The Raiders, ladies and gentlemen, the Raiders are finalizing the trade to get wide receiver Jacoby Myers to the Jaguars per source. So, if he's leaving, are they trading BTJ? Are they trading BTJ? Wow. Because I don't see why you traded for him because Travis Hunter um is going to be down for 4 weeks. Maybe that's why you trade for Myers. But is that a saying? Is that a notation that they're going to trade BTJ? I don't think they will. I don't think they will. And I'm trying to see what the details is of this trade real quick. Once I see what the details is, I'm gonna let you all get up out of here and do what you do, baby. And once we make a trade, or if we don't make a trade, um, if we don't make a trade, I won't, go live later and do a show. It's no need to do it because we ain't make no moves. Also, I let you all know that we signed cornerback Trey Hawkins the third to the practice squad. He's a big body receiver. Big body cornerback who can actually help fill some depth. We got some holes on the back end, no diddy, for the Commanders because with Marshawn Lattimore going down, we hurting. So right now we only have Trey Amos, Mikey Samuel, and Jonathan Jones, and Noah I on the roster. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying, bro. Mass collective rights. If we get anybody for JD5, BCJ makes sense. That's the only guy that makes sense to me. That's the only guy that makes sense for me. And I know they're going to want it first. Is it a way we can get them a future first? That's the question. But if they want to first this draft that's coming, I'd offer it for BTJ because I think that will unlock Jaden Daniels. I know I love Terry McLaurin, and just imagine if we had Terry McLaurin and BTJ on this team, what that would do for Terry McLaurin and what that would do for Jaden Daniels. I don't know if they're going to bring Deebo Samuels back. Are they willing to trade Deebo Samuels? Is that something that we could do? I don't know. I don't think Deebo will want to be traded, but I don't know. So that's what I'm trying to find out. Yeah, they just traded that wide receiver. So anyway, that's going to do it for your boy. I ain't going to hold y'all up and have y'all on here too long. If some moves are made, we'll be back before you all. I appreciate y'all for stopping through, kicking it with your boy. Like I said, before you leave, do me a favor. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure that you drop hell to the Commanders in the comments. I appreciate all of the engagement. It actually helps me a whole lot. And the thumbs up does what it does. And I appreciate all the love and support that you all give me. And definitely, before I get out of here, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Long live my brother Rico. May he rest in peace. And I'm definitely going to catch you all on the next one. Before I go, hail to the Reds.